You've got a message. You've got the passion, but there's one thing holding you back from making money as a speaker, author, and coach. And you know what that one thing is? It's your mindset. Hello, I'm Cantor Simmons, and in this video, I'm going to expose the 5 biggest limiting beliefs that I believe that are keeping speakers, authors, and coaches broke, stopping you from marketing yourself, and making you hesitate to sell your programs and your offers. And trust me, these beliefs are beliefs that I've had to deal with. These are beliefs that I feel like other experts have struggled with, but those that have overcome these limiting beliefs are now doing 6, 7 figures and beyond. So if you've ever thought to yourself, I don't know, or I don't think I should be an authority, or I don't think somebody will buy my message, you are in the right place. And I want to help you break free from those limiting beliefs today so you can make more money and make more impact starting today. All right, so let's get into this. So earlier today, I was having a conversation with my team, and we had a very vulnerable moment. And the vulnerable moment was basically wrapped around, what is it about you? What is it about your life? What are the beliefs that keep you at the level that you're at? And it was very interesting to hear some of them talk about their family or being married or thinking about their education or thinking about their time. And one of the things by having this conversation with them, I was appalled of some of the answers that they gave me, because the reality is this: I see them in a certain type of way and they see me in a certain type of way. And what I realize is that the thing that I believe about them is not the same belief they have for themselves. And the thing that they see about me is not the belief that I have in myself. And what I've come to realize is that everything rises and falls based off of your limiting belief. Could it be that you're on an elevator and you can't go any higher because of your beliefs, because of your limiting beliefs? Your limiting belief stops you at floor level 7, and you can't go to 8, 9, 10 because your limiting beliefs have you stopped right there. All right, so here are the 5 limiting beliefs that I believe hold speakers, authors, and coaches back from monetizing their message. All right, and I want to give you these 5 things, and I want to show you how I believe you can overcome it. All right, number 1. Here's the first thing. Here's the first limiting belief. I am not an expert yet. Right? The imposter syndrome limiting belief. Now, sometimes when we look at this imposter syndrome belief, or we feel like, hey, I'm not an expert yet, so I can't call myself an expert, or I can't deliver my message because I'm not an expert, guess what? It's not because you don't know enough. It's not because you don't have the experience. It's all in how you think about yourself. You know, people often talk about this imposter syndrome and feel like they are showing up being somebody that they're not. And the reality is that imposter syndrome is not external. It is internal. All right. So how does this imposter syndrome hold you back? It keeps you stuck in learning mode. It keeps you stuck in learning mode. Meaning, rather than feeling like you're an expert, you go buy a course, you enroll in a program, you read another book, you invest in another coach. But the reality is you're already enough, but because of your thinking, it's holding you back, where you keep learning versus taking action. So how do you break free from imposter syndrome? How do you break free from I'm not an expert? It's to take more action. How do you overcome it? By taking more action, recognizing that expertise comes from experience. The more you do it, the more you gain experience. The more you say it, the more you gain expertise. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having everything right. I was just watching a video earlier today. A friend of mine sent me about Iron Man, and how Iron Man, he had this budget to create this first version of the Iron Man in the suit, and he only had enough money to create the first suit. And by using the first suit, he found some problems with it. He got more money and made the second version of Iron Man. And as he was doing Iron Man, it wasn't perfect. And there came a time point as being Iron Man, the second version of him, where he hit a wall and realized that there was a mistake. And guess what? He would have never known about that mistake if he'd have stayed back there before the first version of it. What am I saying? Understand that you only need to get started so you can build upon that. You know, a lot of times we look at fear where I don't want to step out because I fear failing, right? Failure is good, right? And whatever you're doing, hey, go fail. Why? Because when you fail, it's going to give you feedback. All right. So your expertise, it comes from experience, right? It comes from experience, not from perfection. All right. The only thing that you need to do are taking a few steps ahead. Okay. Being a few steps ahead of your audience. What is it that you know that the people around you don't know? Can you just be a few steps ahead to consider yourself the expert in that? Can I be a few steps ahead to say, hey, I was able to get a few, scholarships to go to college. Matter of fact, I got 3 scholarships to go to college. And guess what? Because I'm a few steps ahead of my audience, I can talk about that, right? So now you can start sharing your knowledge. You can start sharing your expertise. You can grow into the authority, all right? So the first limiting belief is feeling like, hey, I'm not an expertise. I shouldn't be doing this. And maybe you battle with imposter syndrome. All right. Here's the second thing. The second limiting belief that I believe that holds people back is that the limiting belief that says, I hate selling. All right. You have a fear of making offers, so much so where you feel like selling is pushy. Selling is manipulative, or selling is sleazy. Now, here's the reality of it. When you have this limiting belief on making offers or turning your message into a speech or turning your message into a book or a course, guess what? It holds you back. If you are afraid to sell, you never, ever generate revenue. Yeah. If you don't sell, you don't make money. So think about, you're not making offers. You're not telling people that you are a speaker. You're not being able to, if you're not communicating that you have some knowledge, guess what? Because you fail to step out, because you're afraid to sell, you're not going to make any money. So guess what? I want you to shift your mindset from seeing selling as pushy, seeing selling as sleazy, but I want you to start seeing selling as serving. Yeah, selling is serving. If you have a product, your product should transform somebody's life, right? People transact so they can transform, right? So you have to make offers to give people the opportunity to transact so they can transform. So your duty as a speaker, your duty as a messenger is to share what you have so people can transform, all right? Making offers that feel natural. Like, don't go out here and try to sell something or communicate your speaking fee at a number that you know doesn't feel natural, right? This number, this fee, it doesn't align with your values. So what do you want to do? Hey, start telling stories. Right? Start using case studies. Start talking about people in your past who you've helped. And then now let people know how you serve them. And then now attach that to your offer. All right. So if you want to get over the fear of selling or this limiting belief that you don't like to sell, I want you to start seeing selling as serving. All right. Here's a third limiting belief that is holding many speakers, authors, and coaches back, and that is, I don't have a big enough audience. Right? I don't have a big enough audience where you may say, I need thousands of followers. I need thousands of people on my email list. I need thousands of people to say that I'm cool. But guess what? It's not having thousands or millions of followers that's going to make you money. Right? It's not. What's going to happen is that you put yourself in a place where you say, you know what, I'm going to help the few that are in front of me. All right? This thing holds you back to feel like I need a lot of people. When you feel that way, it's going to stop you from creating your content. It's going to stop you from launching your offers. It's going to stop you from building the community of people you have. Listen, nobody starts on top. We all start at the bottom, building it stone by brick, by brick, by stone, by brick, by brick, by brick. And guess what? The idea is, rather than focusing on how wide you can go, as far as how big you can grow your list, I want you to start focusing on going deep. Okay? How deep can you go with the people that you're currently working with? How deep can you go with serving the audience that you're working with? How deep can you go with spreading the word and being consistent in your marketing, being consistent in your efforts, being consistent on your social media, being consistent with your email list and collaborations, right? Leveraging the partnerships that you have with your small list. So guess what? If you have this limiting belief that you don't have enough followers or a big enough list, I want you to stop it today. Don't go wide, but focus on going deep in your service. The fourth thing that I believe is holding individuals back from being successful, the fourth limiting belief is this: people won't pay me for this. Right? Have you ever said that people won't pay me for this? Right? So you have this mindset that holds you back to say, why would a person pay me to talk about STEM education? Or why would somebody pay me to talk about academic success or getting college scholarships, right? When you think that way, it's holding you back from pricing your offers and doing it confidently. You say, well, they're not going to pay me for it, so now you got another free offer and another free offer and another free offer. Here's what I've come to realize. I remember some years ago, there were some blog posts. I was writing a blog post back in the day. This is for my first book, Play Your A Game. And I wrote the blog post, and, over months, almost a year, the blog posts were posted on my website. Absolutely free. And then as I was editing my book, I felt like my book didn't have enough content to it. So guess what I did? I went back to my free post and I put them in my book, formatted it, made my book really nice, the content great, and people paid for it. What am I saying? People pay for convenience. People pay for structure. People pay for transformation. Now, here's the beautiful thing, right? You're watching this video, whether it's on YouTube, listen to a podcast, and there are other videos on this channel, right? But guess what? There are people in my coaching program who pay me for the convenience, to pay me for the structure, pay me for the transformation. Now, if you want to be a part of that, I have a free training that you can go to over at moneymakingspeech.com, where I break down how you can package your message into a $100,000 plus business, how you can start leveraging your ideas and turning them into products and programs. And I break all that down for you. Just go over to moneymakingspeech.com, where I can show you how to package that thing. But here's the reality. People want to buy from you when you package your expertise. When you package your expertise in a way that makes it easy for people to take action. Right now in some of the things that I do, I don't like to call them coaching programs. I like to call them implementation programs. Why? Because I've realized that people don't need more coaching. They don't need more advice. They need someone to help them implement. Okay? So what I do, I charge people based on the outcome that I know that I can deliver, not on the time, right? I don't work time per hour. We're no longer in the industry anymore, right? You put in so many hours, you should get for the time. No. I charge based on outcome. For me, here's how I charge things, all right? If I can give you 10 times the result of the thing that I price it for, then that's how I charge. For example, let's say coaching program $20,000 because I honestly believe I can help you make $200,000, and I've seen people do it. So the idea is I charge based on the outcome, and people are willing to pay you for outcomes. So you got to change your thought process that people don't want to pay for this. All right. And the fifth limiting belief is simply this: I'm not ready to be seen as an authority. Yeah, I'm not ready to be seen as an authority. You have the fear of being visible, right? The limiting belief may say, what if I put myself out there and people begin to judge me, right? You know what I mean? It's like I had somebody some years ago that had a book they wanted to write, and they felt like the book will expose some of the things that they were going with. And if people read their book, then people will feel a certain type of way and judge me. You know, there's this phrase going around on the internet. It's like, listen and don't judge, right? Listen and don't judge. And here's the idea about it. You want to get people to listen. They won't be able to listen if you don't put it out there. So regardless of what people say, that limiting belief, like what if people, I put myself out there, they're going to judge me. That's going to hold you back. All right. That's going to hold you back. That's going to keep you from showing up. That's going to keep you from showing up online. That's going to keep you showing up. That's going to keep you from showing up online. That's going to keep you from showing up on stage. That's going to keep you from claiming your expertise and doing the thing that you've been called to do, to say, and to deliver. I want you to realize that no one is thinking about you more than yourself. You're the only one thinking about you. Don't nobody really care. Like Deion Sanders used to say on NFL Network, don't nobody really care about you. Don't nobody really care about me. But guess what? I have to step out and say, you know what? Let me share this message on limiting beliefs because I know it's going to be good for somebody. And if you're watching this, it's good for you. Hey, let me know there in the comments, right? But here's the idea. Start small. Right? Do live videos, do guest videos, do blog posts. The more you show up, the more you share your message, the more you turn on the camera, the more you get on stage, the more confident you become. Right? When you become competent, you also become confident. And you become confident by doing the thing that you are called to do. If you want help on any of these areas, I can help you structure it. If you want to do a video, I can help you structure it. If you want to deliver a speech, I can help you write it. If you need some help where promotions is concerned, I can help you do it as well. At the end of the day, you won't be able to go to the next floor until you fix this current floor around your limiting beliefs. Hey, I'm Cantor Simmons, the coolest guy with 7.25 fingers. And remember this, your message was made to change the world. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.